Yo, what's up, what's up? Out here on this cold December morning getting ready to install a rough country leveling kit on my Uncle Gary's F-150 Ford Lightning. So this is a pretty simple kit. It just goes on top of the existing front strut and it gives it that extra 1.5 to 2 inches that we all desperately need. So let's start getting into it. As you can see, the truck has kind of a rake. It's not exactly level. It's a little low in the front, high in the back. So we're going to lift it about that 2 inches in the front just to give it that nice beefy look that every truck guy likes. Let's start by getting it on the lift and getting these front wheels off. Okay, I'm getting the lift arms in place. This is my first electric vehicle in the shop, and it's a very expensive truck, so I want to make sure I take every necessary precaution that I can. Fortunately, they made it pretty easy. You can see the frame rail has an arrow right there, which is the lifting point. Same thing over here. So, can't really mix it up. That's where we put the lift arms, and you can see it's even reinforced, so shouldn't have any issues there. I like to crack all the lug nuts free while it's still on the ground. Just makes my life a little easier. Just giving it a little bit of the go-go juice. Like Papa Al taught me, soak everything. He likes PB Blaster, but I don't. Gets on your clothes and you stink all day afterwards. So it works good, but I hate the smell, and then I smell like PB Blaster all day afterwards. So I'm going with the tried and true WD Water Disbursement 40. Oh, can't see that one. All right, I'm going to disconnect a few things just to make it easier on me so you have a little more articulation. You know, if you're fighting bushings and everything, it's going to be nice and tight. You know, you want it to loosen up so I can drop this out easily. And I'm going to take out the whole strut. I'm not even going to try to slip it in like that. I'm going to take out the whole strut, bolt it on top, and then reinstall the whole strut. So let's see. I got this one pretty well loosened up. Give it a couple of Fonzie love taps. Hey. Oh, man, I love brand new cars. Not used to this. I only work on rusty old trucks. Oh, that's nice. All right. Got the upper BJ loose here. Let's see. Oh. There we go. Love that. Just love how easily everything comes apart. So I've got these still connected loosely just so I can kind of have a little rigidity, but once I get all the nuts and bolts loose, I'm going to disassemble it. That way I can get the strut out nice and easily. All right, this is the last nut on top of the strut. And then I can disconnect everything because I've got the nuts off the bottom. All right. So I've got this out of the way here. I want to hook this up so I'm not putting too much stress on these brake hoses, but now I can start to wiggle this out. Oh, it's still tight. All right, removing a little bit more than I had anticipated, but hopefully this is it. I got the lower control arm disconnected to give me that little extra bit of give. Need some more articulation here. I don't want to remove the whole knuckle, but oh, it's seeming like that might be the next step. All right, let's give this a shot. Oh, what a pain. Oh, there we go. That was it. No stress on those. Good, good, good. Come on. Oh, there it is. Finally. Oh. Okay. No sweat. Now, I've got this spacer. We're obviously going to take our time, make sure it goes on exactly how it's supposed to, but you know, essentially it just goes on the top of the strut. You don't have to take the strut apart at all. I am going to clean it up, maybe do a little rust proofing on it. But you can see there, it's going to bolt right up. So just want to make sure we get it the right way. Oh yeah, that looks good. Then that bolts up, and then you're going to be running studs into that, I guess. Should probably read the instructions. Let's do that next. Alright, so I found the magic combination of how these are supposed to be arranged, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a little tricky, kind of a pain in the ass. So hopefully I can get this on first try without having to take it apart 6 times to find the magic combination, but you know, I'm not too optimistic about that, so let's see how it goes. I want all three to fit in the holes. And that's that. Oof, and those don't fit on there anymore. So I'm probably gonna use those on the top. Let's see. So I got the cup on the top, got it bolted in place how I think it should go. All right, and I'm gonna give these a little extra just to snug them up, make sure these don't loosen up down the road. But you can see they have the urethane inside, the Loctite, so we should be good, but just want to make sure. I did tape these in place because they were, you know, they kept constantly falling out on me, which was very infuriating. But anyways, let's get ready to put this in.
All right, first try. Going to get this in. I'm not too optimistic. Oh. That one's in, that one's in. Oh my god. Did it work? Wow. I can't believe it. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Come on. Where'd it go? I lost it. Oh, come on, stay there. I can just get a couple. Just realized I didn't measure before and after. It's always what you like to do, but I forgot. It's too late now. I think it worked.
So I just want to get everything kind of finger tight to start. So I got the strut bolted in. You can see I still got a gap there. I want some free play so I can get everything kind of into place. I'm going to put a jack under here and kind of lower it in and try to pop the bolt in. So once everything's in place, then I can start to tighten it up. But I did get the strut in first try. It's looking pretty good, so I'm going to roll with it. All right. This is one of the last pieces. I've got everything all hooked up here. I like to give it a little of the go-go juice just to make sure everything goes together nicely and comes apart nicely in the future. Because I'm considerate. I think about the next guy. Oh, I got this jammed up. Let's see if I can get that out. Oh, I screwed myself. There we go. Drop my nut. Oh. Okay. Got it all back together. Looking good. Everything seems to be working. Oh. The sway bar. Oh. Maybe if I unhook the other side. Look, the sway bar is off by the amount of the lift kit. So I think I'm going to have to connect the sway bar at the same time when I have both sides done. So we'll leave that for now. Because I doubt he needs longer links. I think we can just reposition where the sway bar is. Because you can see I have a little bit of a tight spot right there. So once I disconnect the other side, it should be able to level out. But yeah, that's what it looks like. You can see I got like the extra 1.5 inches right there. Nothing's tight yet. It's all finger tight, but when I have everything together, I'm going to go back and tighten it all up. Find the right torque specs and go from there. But the first side was done in about, let's see, oof, I got over an hour. I'm like 1 hour and 20 into just this one side. So, you know, we'll call it a 3-hour job maybe to get the whole thing done. Let's see how it goes. I just realized I still had the suspension compressed with my jack stand over here, so now this slides right in. No problem. All right. Oh, come on. Oh, nice. All right, first is the worst, second is the best. You live and you learn. I broke everything free, but didn't take it apart. So we still got the stabilizer link, the upper control arm, the tie rod still connected. All I disconnected this time was the lower control arm mounts here on the frame, and that gave me all the clearance I needed to just drop this strut right out. So in the future, I would highly suggest just doing that. Don't do what I did on the first side and take everything apart. Leave most of it connected, loose, so you have some articulation, but then I'll tighten it up when I'm done. All right, moment of truth. Looks like it worked. Got a nice couple inches more out in the front. You know, I'm sorry. I wish I measured before so I could measure after. You know, measuring after would be completely pointless. It's just an arbitrary number at this point. But everything looks good. It's nice and tight. I got to torque the lug nuts, but besides that, I think we got it nice and level how we want it. Uncle Gary's going to be psyched. I know I am. Last step, torque the lug nuts. They call for 150 foot-pounds. All right, she's all done. Looking good. Definitely a lot more level, not squatting in the front like it used to. I really wish I took some measurements beforehand just so you can get some concrete proof of the lift, the level kit, but it definitely looks a lot better. All right, you can definitely see that absolutely made all the difference. It was squatting in the front, had a nice rake to it before. Now it looks perfectly level. So I'm going to take it out for a test drive, make sure everything sounds and feels good. He is taking it in for new tires and an alignment next week, so we wanted to get this done beforehand. So he is getting an alignment, especially since I had to loosen all those suspension arms. It's crucial that you get an alignment right after doing something like this. But I'm going to take it out for a test drive, make sure it all seems good, and see if it settles at all. I doubt that it will. It's still the original springs and everything, so there shouldn't be any settling needed. But follow along for the test drive. All right, I'm in Uncle Gary's Lightning, getting ready to take it out for a test drive to make sure everything seems and feels and sounds the way it should. How do I know if it's running or not? You know, do I rev it up? Nah, I'm just kidding. That's nifty. It's so quiet. My truck's got a rumble to it. I'm not used to this. Whoo! This thing's a rocket ship. Don't look at that. I'm obeying all traffic laws. Definitely comfortable and quiet. I like that. All right, as you can see here, the steering wheel is kind of cocked to the right a little bit, and you know, he's getting an alignment, I believe, in a week or so, so I don't want to make it too uncomfortable or inconvenient for him for the time being. So I'm going to pull it back into the shop, play around with it a little bit, and see if I can't maybe correct that and try to get it, you know, as close to dead-on nuts as possible while he's driving it for the next week before the alignment. All right, back at it for round two. You know, I could just let it go and assume that it's going to be aligned next week and it'll be all set. But number one, he's family. I want to do the best job I possibly can. He's trusting me with his, you know, $100,000 truck, whatever it costs, I don't know. So I want to do the best job I possibly can and make him feel happy that he decided to go with me. And for safety, I want to make sure it's going as straight down the road as I can possibly make it. Now, I didn't change any alignment angles as far as the tie rods go, so those should be exactly where they should be. But, you know, obviously they may need to be adjusted to count for the change in camber or things like that. But you can see it looks like I've got a little bit of positive camber over here. Now, I got the top of the wheel tilted out, and it also looks towed in a little bit too. Now, I'm not going to mess with the tie rods. I'm going to leave that for the alignment tech. But yeah, this one doesn't look towed in, doesn't look cambered too bad. It's got, you know, tough to say, but I have some tools to try to see. Let's see what I can figure out. All right, I have this super basic camber gauge here, and, you know, obviously it has a lot to do with, is the face of the wheel even flush? You don't know. So it's tough to say that this is accurate at all by any means. But you can see that the bubble goes all the way to the end there. Slowly it's getting there. So that shows that it's off a little bit. It may be better to do it. See, even the center cap isn't flush, so you can't really tell. So from the center cap, it looks okay, but you know, this tool is basically useless because it's meant for a steel wheel. But also, if the wheel is not perfectly flat, you're never going to get an accurate reading anyways. So this one looks like it's reading there. Let's try something else. All right, I've got this pretty cool tool here. Got from my buddy Zach. What's up, Zach? It's a camber gauge. This one should hopefully be a little more accurate than that super basic one. And this will adjust to the wheel size. I'll try to get it straight up and down. That will help. All right, so this one I trust a little bit more, and as you can see, this one shows that it's at a little beyond -1 for negative camber. Oh, this says caster sweep. Okay, camber's on this side, caster's on that side. So yeah, looking at this side, the bubble is, yeah, a little beyond -1. Let's go check the other side. This is the side I think is actually off a little more. Okay, shows I don't know what I'm talking about. This one looks like it's dead on nuts. 0. Reset it. Right back to 0. Looking good there. Okay. Well, let's get it on the lift. The only thing I'm going to have for any alignment adjustability is the lower control arm has slotted holes on the frame. So I'm going to try to pull it out a little bit to make for some more positive camber, I guess. So when you lift it, typically you'll get positive camber. When you lower, you'll get negative camber. So I want to try to make it so they're perfectly parallel, see if that does anything. All right, so I was able to loosen, sorry, a little shaky, able to loosen these lower control arm bolts and slide it out, which affected the camber drastically. And as you can see now on my camber gauge here, dead on nuts, right on the 0 where I want to be. So that is nice. All right, same deal on this side. I was able to get it just kind of how I want it. Boom, right on the 0. Right on the money, dead on, balls accurate. Gotta love it. One more look over here. Nice, right on the money. Love to see it. All right, the truck is done. It made a hell of a difference. Definitely noticeable in the front and much more level all around. So looks like the way they should have made it from the factory. Level. All right, we're going to call this one a wrap. So as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and see you next time.